Eastman is a progressive running for a congressional seat in Omaha, Nebraska. But a corporate Democrat went after her by joining forces with a pathetic Republican running against her. Before we get to those videos though, I do want to note that you guys are about to see her ad hitting him back and hitting him back hard for the first time. So this is a TYT exclusive, and it's awesome, okay? She fights the way I love seeing a good, strong, progressive Democrat fight, and we'll show you that video in just a second. But first, let's get back to what a corporate Democrat did first. So the race has gotten ugly because the person she's running against, a Republican named Don Bacon, he's the Republican incumbent in this congressional seat, has joined forces with a corporate Democrat. The corporate Democrat decided to back the Republican Don Bacon as opposed to backing a progressive Democrat, Kara Eastman. So Brad Ashford is the Democrat I'm referring to here, and here he is joining forces with Republican Don Bacon for this campaign ad.
I'm Brad Ashford. Getting things done in Congress is hard. It takes listening and bipartisanship. Don Bacon and I ran against each other. Then we worked together to deliver the new VA hospital and Offutt runway. While others offered division, Don Bacon proved he can bring people together to protect our health care and get results for Nebraska. That's why this Democrat is voting for Don Bacon, and I am asking you to join me.
I am Don Bacon, and I approve that message.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the ad, Cenk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say things that are inappropriate, so I'm gonna hold back and let you do your thing.
Okay, so first of all, let me give you the context here. Brad Ashford was the congressman from that district, and Don Bacon beat him recently. And Ashford is a total corporate Democrat, as you could tell here, and he's was always a Republican in disguise, and that's what we said. And the Democratic Party said, "How dare you? He is such a wonderful Democrat." Let me remind you that the guy he's backing, he's going on TV to actively do an ad for, voted with Trump 97% of the time. So the Democratic Party for the last decade has been telling us how awesome Brad Ashford is. In fact, Brad Ashford not only was always a Republican, he lost to Don Bacon, and the DCCC backed Ashford anyway in running against him in 2018. Well, who beat Ashford in the primary? Kara Eastman did. So she was a Justice Democrat and a progressive, and she beat Ashford by a small margin. And God, the Democratic Party didn't like that. They said, I mean, Bacon beat Ashford, the corporate Democrat, but Kara won't be able to come any closer. Well, it turns out she did come a lot closer. She barely lost by about 1.5 points. So this time she's got him on the ropes, and she's leading in the polling. So she's about to put away Don Bacon. And to be fair to the DCCC, in this case, they did help her finally. Oh, by the way, who did Kara beat in the primary? Ann Ashford, Ashford's wife. Ashford was so bitter about Kara Eastman beating him in the primary that he's like, okay, now Ann Ashford's gonna run. My wife's gonna run against you. Did Kara wind up beating her by a small margin too? No, Kara beat her by over 30 points. Basically, the primary voters, Democratic voters in Nebraska's 2nd district said, how much clearer did we need to be? It's Kara Eastman. We're not interested in the Ashfords anymore. So Ashford then turns around and goes, between the progressive and the Republican, who should I back? Now remember, corporate Democrats always say unity, unity. No matter how much we vote with the Republicans, you have to back establishment Democrats because of #unity. But when push came to shove, and that district is so close. And you have to remember one other thing about Ashford. Nebraska votes district by district for the presidential race. They're one of only 2 states that does that. And Nebraska's second right now, Biden is leading. So when Ashford goes on TV, he's also betraying Joe Biden because he's helping voters go to the Republican side to vote for Trump and Bacon. So he goes, between the progressive and the Republican, who should I choose? Oh, that's a no-brainer. I'm a corporate Democrat, so of course I'm gonna choose my Republican friend. And by the way, not only help him, but lie about his record and say he's gonna help you with your health care. No, he's not. Don Bacon has voted against your health care coverage literally over 4 dozen times. He tried to kill the Affordable Care Act. He votes against every provision that would get you health care, every single one. Brad Ashford decided, not only am I going to lie on his behalf, I will do a television ad lying on his behalf to betray the Democratic Party, because I was always a Republican. But on the ad, I'll say I'm a Democrat. So that's the kind of sick people these corporate Democrats are. So there was never any unity. And to be clear, the ad we're gonna show you next is not from Kara Eastman. Kara runs a good, tough campaign, but independent expenditures are not allowed to talk to her, and honestly don't care what her strategy is. We want to tell people what is actually happening in the race and what the true record is. So the ad you're about to see is from Rebellion PAC and PCCC. Hey, look at that, 2 progressive groups working together. It is actually possible that progressives can fight together and win together. So we decided, and I say we in this case because I'm also the founder of Rebellion PAC, that we're gonna do an ad to counter what is happening there, because this race is incredibly critical to the national election, to progressives, and to all Democrats. So here's the new ad by Rebellion PAC and PCCC. Watch.
I'm a food worker here in Omaha and I have coronavirus. I can't go to the ER, I can't afford it.
Congressman Don Bacon is putting us all at risk by voting down the coronavirus relief workers need.
I've had service industry friends who are sure that they have COVID, are not self-isolating, they can't afford it.
Kara Eastman supports COVID relief. She wants everyone to have access to Medicare. Don Bacon would take away people's health care in the middle of a pandemic. It's time for a change.
So that is the super PAC arm of PCCC. And I know that a lot of these letters get confusing, but that's Progressive Change Campaign Committee. They're progressives and great. And in fact, they have 7 people in redtobold.com that you should check out who are progressives running in purple districts. That makes a giant difference, okay? Now, if you wanna help raise money for that ad so we could run it more and more and more in that district to counter what Ashford did, go to rebellionpac.com/join. RebellionPAC, that's PAC.com/join, and we'll have the link down below if you're watching this later on YouTube or Facebook. Just click on the link, and every dollar you put in goes towards helping run that ad in Nebraska so people get the actual message. With all those people sick, with all those people needing help, Kara is bold enough to run on Medicare for all in the middle of Nebraska. If you don't help her, who the hell are you gonna help? So that election is absolutely critical, the most important election left. And there's other wonderful progressives. Check out redtobold.com too, because those are all important races. But this is the most important race, and this is where we had the corporate Democrat do an unbelievable betrayal to try to help the Republican win at the end. And the race is so close, and you can make all the difference. So we gotta unite, we gotta rally on behalf of our own fighters. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.